Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsa. Let's have a look at the headlines. Sri Lanka achieves highest January export earnings in 6 years. Minister Vijitha Herath highlights Sri Lanka's transformative governance at UN sessions. News in detail. Sri Lanka's exports are off to a roaring start in 2025, earning over $1.33 billion in January, a 10.3% year-on-year growth and the highest January earnings in 6 years. According to the Sri Lanka Export Development Board, merchandise exports increased by 3.51% to over $1 billion, while services exports soared by 38%, reaching $329.37 million. Agricultural exports led the charge with a 14.87% growth, driven by packaged tea sales, coconut-based products and spices like pepper and cloves. The apparel and textiles sector posted a remarkable 21.1% increase, despite declines in key markets like the US, UK and EU. The gems and jewelry sector shone brightly, growing 28.23% with strong demand from the US and European markets. However, setbacks were recorded in rubber products, electrical components and seafood, with fresh fish and shrimp exports seeing sharp declines. The US remained Sri Lanka's largest export destination, accounting for 23% of total exports, with shipments up by 18%. India showed remarkable growth at 43.86%, becoming the second largest market, followed by the UK. With a target of $19 billion in export earnings for 2025, Sri Lanka is charting a promising path toward economic growth, bolstered by innovation and resilience. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Employment and Tourism Vijitha Herath reaffirmed Sri Lanka's commitment to global disarmament, addressing the high-level segment of the Conference on Disarmament in Geneva recently. Minister Herath, highlighting the nation's recent accession to the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons and ratification of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty in 2023. He called for legally binding measures to ensure nuclear disarmament and emphasized the need to address modern challenges, including the weaponization of artificial intelligence and the risk of an arms race in outer space. Sri Lanka's leadership in championing humanitarian disarmament treaties and nuclear-free zones was also underscored. The minister urged collective action to rebuild trust in multilateral processes, calling this a critical juncture in ensuring global peace and security for future generations. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Employment and Tourism Vijitha Herath also delivered an address at the high-level segment of the 58th regular session of the Human Rights Council recently. In his speech, Minister Herath highlighted Sri Lanka's transformative journey following the November 2024 elections, emphasizing inclusivity in governance. The minister noted the record number of women and diverse community representatives in Parliament, showcasing the country's commitment to equality and representation. Minister Herath detailed significant strides in addressing economic and social rights, with the 2025 national budget prioritizing welfare, education, healthcare, and the development of conflict-affected regions. He also introduced initiatives like the Clean Sri Lanka project, which promotes good governance and environmental sustainability. Reconciliation efforts, including the restoration of Northern Province infrastructure, empowerment of Tamil-speaking youth, and plans for a Truth and Reconciliation Commission, were key highlights. The minister also announced the proposal to declare a Sri Lanka Day to foster national unity. Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Sri Lanka became a signatory to the Agreement on the Conservation and Sustainable Use of Marine Biological Diversity of Areas Beyond National Jurisdiction under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. The signing took place at the United Nations headquarters in New York recently. Sri Lanka is the 109th signatory to this landmark agreement, which has been ratified by 17 countries so far. Following the signing, the government of Sri Lanka plans to establish an interministerial committee to oversee the ratification process and develop the domestic legal framework with international assistance. Becoming part of this agreement opens doors for Sri Lanka to access capacity building projects, technology transfers, and knowledge sharing to advance the country's efforts in marine biodiversity conservation. The Export Development Board, in collaboration with the International Trade Center, facilitated the participation of two women-led businesses at Ambiente 2025, one of the world's leading consumer goods trade fairs held in Frankfurt, Germany. Celine exporters and Candle House Ceylon represented Sri Lanka, showcasing their eco-friendly and handcrafted products to a global audience. The initiative was a part of the Sri Trade's Commonwealth Plus program, funded by the UK's International Development. The event opened doors to new market opportunities, with international buyers expressing keen interest in their sustainable offerings. These businesses also gained invaluable feedback, helping them align with global trends. This participation highlights the vital role of women entrepreneurs in driving Sri Lanka's export sector. With support from the EDB and ITC, initiatives like Sri Trades continue to empower women, fostering economic growth and gender equality. Associated Motorways Private Limited, the exclusive distributor for Yamaha motorcycles and outboard motors in Sri Lanka, hosted its annual dealer event in Colombo recently. The event celebrated the remarkable achievements of Yamaha's dealers across categories like spare parts sales, Yamaha Loop sales, outboard motor unit sales, and loyalty awards. This year's theme, The Journey Begins 2025, marks a fresh start for Yamaha in Sri Lanka, as it announced the reintroduction of motorcycles and scooters to the market after a 5-year hiatus due to import restrictions. Exciting new models, pricing, and color options were unveiled during the session, which received enthusiastic applause from the dealers. Key sessions revisited strategies and achievements from 2024 and outlined goals for 2025, covering sales, service, and spare parts operations. As Yamaha and AMW embark on this renewed journey, they remain dedicated to providing superior quality products and services to Sri Lankan customers, ensuring world-class expertise and satisfaction. Stay tuned for stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today. The all share price index gained by 85.76 points to close at 16,430.77, and the S&P SL 20 gained by 0.98 points to close at 4,898.29. The turnover was over 1.6 billion rupees and over 67 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.